OVS 28 grupo, OV projetor em tela Samsung, projetor em tela cheia, breve,
É, galera, quase não chego. Da Briana, hein? Quase que eu não chego, hein? Então se preparem. Temos aqui, ó, muita coisa para vocês aqui na segunda. Então, bora aqui, então vamos lá. Então faltam um par de segundos, hein, para começar a entrevista com a Briana White, a voz da West, como se chama a personagem de Final Fantasy. Acho bem legal isso também, de trazer entrevista.
Hello and welcome to the Women Led Games post-show interview. I'm Pink Fairy Blossom. You can find me on Instagram, Blue Sky, X, and TikTok. And I'm happy to introduce you all to this year's Women Led Games showcase with the host and voice actor and streamer, Briana White.
Hi everyone, my name is Briana White. You probably best know me
É
as the voice
streamer,
actor for
cabrona.
Final Fantasy VII Remake, but I'm also a streamer, content creator, gardener, dog mom, all sorts of fun things. And I just love, I love building community, and I love women-led games, and I love supporting good causes that help make the world a better place. So I was really excited to be asked to do this.
Aqui tá no lado direito, ela que vai estar fazendo o host on
Thank you
direct.
so much for the opportunity.
Okay.
I cannot believe, and I know specifically the garden with my community, they're going to freak out when they see this. But honestly, thank you. And thank you for taking time for us, honestly. And first of all, it's such an honor to have you here with all of your amazing work as a content creator and the most amazing work of your portrayal of Aerith has touched so many hearts.
Sabia!
Included. How does it feel to be a part of a character that means so much to people around the world?
Oh, it's wild. I didn't quite know the impact that it would have.
Olha o impacto dela.
When I auditioned, I did know the character, and I did my
Esse é o
research.
impacto do personagem dela
I
tão
knew
forte.
exactly what she means to people. But I thought all of that would have to do with, their experience of grief and their experience of, narrative storytelling. I didn't really anticipate that Aerith is actually a symbol of hope
Oh, yeah.
and light in the darkness, until partway of the recording through remake and then the reception of it. And then of course, like, definitely through rebirth and getting to know her character through things like Crisis Core Reunion. It's been just a journey of a lifetime. It's an absolute joy of my life.
I can imagine. And honestly, people loved you. You did so amazing. And yes. And what do you hope both the new players and longtime fans take away from Aerith's story in Final Fantasy VII Remake?
Gosh, well, I hope what they take away from her story is exactly what we just said. I mean, light in the darkness,
Yes.
to thrive on hope and optimism and
Dá
living
vontade
each
de
moment to
chorar
the
de emoção.
fullest, because not every moment is promised.
Exactly.
I would absolutely say that instead of Aerith representing something dark and sad and a tragedy, even though she has experienced all of that, she's not that. And if any of us could take anything away from that, I think that would put us all in a much better place. We are not our tragedies.
Exactly.
We are our hope for the future.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And specifically in a time that, there's so much going on in the world, I feel like she's such a perfect character that portrays the specific description of that, which is really nice.
Fine.
Now,
And that
Aerith
is
in the remake also feels so
I'm
expressive,
walking to Final
playful,
Fantasy.
warm, but also deeply emotional. How did you approach balancing those different sides of her?
I think she's deeply emotional because, for one, I'm deeply emotional. That's like one of my core character traits. I just feel everything very deeply.
Hmm.
And I also think that's highly relevant to her situation.
Yeah.
You know, when you come from a past of, honestly, in her case, captivity,
Yep.
but also like losing her mother,
Hmm.
um, those tragedies shaped who she became, and she feels those things very deeply because those are very deep things to
Hmm.
experience. I don't think when you go through incredibly sad things that you don't dig your heart a little bit
Exactly.
deeper and have to grow around it, right?
Hmm.
But again, that's not who she is, right? Those are just a part of her.
Hmm.
Um, she knows that nothing's promised. She knows that life can be hard, but it can also
Exactly.
be wonderful and
Yep.
joyful. And being playful is like the best part of
It
life.
is.
Like that's the like fun of it, you know?
Exactly.
Like,
Having all
wouldn't
the whimsy.
you, if you just had one day left on earth, like, wouldn't you just wanna go have fun, like, the most fun you could
Exactly.
possibly have? So, I think Aerith embraces both of those things, that duality and, um, that that just the tension of the paradox,
Yes.
you know?
Exactly. Oh, you said that so beautifully. I love it. And talking about emotions, what was the most emotionally challenging scene for you to record, and how did you prepare for it?
Well, on the one hand, we don't really get to prepare.
Hmm.
We walk into the booth on our scheduled day and we're
Yeah.
given our script right then. So, and we're not even like given the script of the day. It's
Oh.
like we're given one line, we have to perform that line, and then we're given
Oh.
the next line and we perform that
Wow.
line.
Okay.
So it's essentially cold reading, is what they call it in
Got you.
acting. So there's no time to prepare for anything. But when you've finished one line, the director and the writers, audio engineer, they all talk about, okay, we like this about it. We're going to ask for a different version like this. And while they're talking, I get to sort of read ahead in the script
Oh.
and see kind of, and sometimes just my lines are on
Mhm.
screen, but sometimes other people's lines are
Mhm.
on screen.
Okay.
So I get to read ahead a few lines, and prepare at least in that way. And so I, as far as emotionally challenging, um, any scene where Aerith mentions her fate,
Yeah.
any scene where Aerith talks about those dark places,
Yeah.
any scene, there's this line in remake. Is it a remake? Gosh, it's been so long since we recorded all of this. I mean,
Yeah.
this has been like a 7-year journey
Yeah.
so far. 7 years at this time in 2026.
Wow.
So, yeah, I would say, yeah, it is in remake. It's the resolution scene where she
Okay.
appears to Cloud after she's been captured by
Yeah.
Shinra.
Okay.
And she says, everyone dies eventually. So we
Yeah.
need to make the most of the time we have.
Yeah.
That hits hard,
It really
you
does.
know, because she feels the weight of everyone she's lost. And she knows that will happen to her too, because it happens to all of us.
Yeah.
We all die eventually, you
Yeah.
know? So yeah, those scenes are heavy because they're also very relevant to real life.
Yep. And
Yeah.
I feel like also specifically with that subject that has to do about death, it's the fact that she's so warm and ready for it. You know what I mean? She just knows it's going to happen, obviously, because we all have to go through it. And
Mhm.
it's the fact that she is so okay and she's ready for it. And that's something that I love about her so, so much because it's the pride and also the fact that she's just accepting and she knows that
Yeah.
she's living in the now, which is so, so nice about her. I really love that.
There's a maturity in understanding the things you cannot change.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's so beautiful. And that's mostly why I see Aerith as such a beautiful character because she just explains the types of so many subjects that are really hard for so many people. And that's
Yes,
the beauty of it. And
totally.
Aerith has become, like I did say, such a comforting character and a meaningful character for so many people around the world. Whether as yourself or inspired by Aerith, what message would you hope fans carry with them after experiencing her story in Final Fantasy VII Remake?
I never thought about Aerith being a comfort character
Yeah.
before all of this,
Mhm.
but I understand it now.
Yep.
And the reason why I think she's a comfort character for so many people is because Cloud is so, especially in the beginning of Remake, he's so moody, he's so grumpy, he's so
Mhm.
uninterested,
Mhm.
Um, and Aerith is the foil to that. It's almost in the beginning like a little bit like Cloud is our own personal shoulder devil and Aerith is our own personal shoulder angel.
Mhm.
Because to everything that Cloud says, oh, it probably won't work out that way, or oh, it's, not a big deal. Aerith says, but that's okay.
Yeah.
It's like, that's fine. We'll do our best. Like she
Exactly.
just doesn't let it phase her. And
Yep.
but what she doesn't do is dismiss it.
Mhm.
She doesn't say that's not true. She
Exactly.
says, yeah, it's going to be hard.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Exactly.
She accepts and acknowledges that things are hard and also that we're going to have fun. you
Exactly.
know? And that's beautiful. That's comforting.
Mhm.
That's comforting because it's truth, it's honesty, but it's also hopeful.
And very mature also. It's the
Yes.
maturity of the whole aspect too. It's really, really nice. And it's the fact that it's just like how you were saying earlier, is you could see how moody Cloud is, but she doesn't let any of that phase her. And she still tries to like bring that beauty so others could understand it as well, which is really, really nice. And I feel specifically as Aerith and in general, all the characters that many other actors have portrayed that are super important in our childhoods, as a part of a women led space today, what would you say to women who want to pursue voice acting or storytelling in games?
Oh golly. Well, I would tell first of all, I'll open up the umbrella. I would tell women, period, to do what they want to do.
Yeah. Oh,
You know,
definitely.
like women should do whatever they want to do
Exactly.
and they can do whatever they want to do. I recognize and like Gareth, we recognize that society has some boundaries
Hmm.
around what society is going to allow a woman to do. But that's okay.
Exactly.
You know? Like
Yep.
we're still going to try and
Yep.
do our thing.
Yep.
And we're going to
Impossível
try
ela
our best and we're going to
chorando
have fun
fora.
doing it. And
Yeah.
I would encourage every woman to kind of take on that mindset for sure because
Of course.
I've worked in male dominated spaces my entire career, even though there are a lot of actors that are women, a lot of the decision makers in film and TV are men.
Yep.
And then I went into streaming, which is a very male dominated space,
Oh, yeah.
which is related to tech, which is a very male dominated space.
Yes.
And then also I'm a lifelong gamer, which is a guess what, male dominated
Yep.
space. And it doesn't, I'm like, so what?
Yep.
It's
Caramba,
not like I
Briana,
haven't
vou te seguir na
experienced
Twitch só
the side
pra
that says you're not allowed
pedir
to
um
be here.
salve, hein?
Of course I have.
Yep.
But that's okay.
Yep.
I still want to be here and I'm still going to go for it.
Exactly.
And that's been true for everything in my life, whether it's about being a woman or not. So like acting is just a hard, difficult,
Desculpa,
competitive
galera, tô
industry for
chorando.
anybody, but I just want to do it.
Hmm.
There was no other option for me. And I said, okay, so it's going to be hard. But like, let's say I was going to do it anyway. Like, how would I go about that? And I just took the next right step. And so I would encourage anybody who wants to pursue storytelling in games, pursue voice acting, go for it. Like, what would be your first step? Because a lot of people get caught up in, oh, well, it's going to be so competitive and so hard. And I don't know if I can handle blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, that's like maybe 10 years down the road. What's the first step?
Yep.
And can it be fun?
Hmm.
Okay, what's the second step? And can you make that fun?
Yep.
Like, just keep it simple.
Yeah.
Like, don't catastrophize something that could be your life's passion,
Yes.
you know?
Yes. That's beautiful. And honestly, I love that because it's the fact that, trust me, like I understand 100%. This is obviously something that lots of women, they do have problems with having to go through things. It's a little bit harder for us to even get to where other people have even been. And it's the fact that I could see everything and why you took Aerith. Like I understand why you are Aerith because it's just it's so beautiful. I love it. I love it. It's the way that you're like just go with it. And I go with that as well. I'm going to take that to my heart because it's a very very, it's a beautiful world, but it's a very very dangerous one as well. And us as women, the mostly that we could be able to just be together and have all this to support each other, specifically here with women led games, is just something beautiful to watch. And have you as an example to be a part of something so beautiful in such an important game for so many people is beautiful. So thank you. Thank you for that. I really appreciate that.
Thank you. I think
And
the world can be a
yeah,
better place if
of
we just take
course.
that on, you know?
Exactly. Exactly. And talking about as well streaming, because obviously we're content creators here. What kind of games do you think Aerith would play if she were a gamer, like a cozy farming sim or secretly competitive?
Oh, what kind of gamer would Aerith be?
Yeah.
That's a really great question. I sort of feel like she is I see her having fun doing anything,
Yeah.
but I definitely see her having fun with like the chaos games.
Yeah.
Like we're talking Untitled Goose Game. Like
Yes.
let's cause a little chaos for people. Let's get a little
Yes.
cozy in here. I see her playing games like Party Animals, like co-op with her friends. I can also see her having a competitive streak. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
think about it, right? Like she crushes at Queen's Blood.
Oh yeah. Oh
Like
yeah.
the first few times I played against Aerith in game at Queen's Blood, she kicked my butt.
Oh yeah.
That was rough. And she relished in it, you know?
Oh yeah.
Want me to go easy, you know? Like she like really loved that competitive side.
Yes.
So I think she could have fun playing any game. You know, maybe she's
Variety.
a variety gamer.
Variety streamer,
Yeah.
gamer, everything. I could imagine that. That's just amazing because it's the fact now that you mentioned Queen's Blood, even TCG, everything, she'd be into that.
Yeah. 100%.
Beautiful.
Yeah. She's the kind of person that does find the fun in everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what makes her such a really important character too, in my opinion, because again, it's the fact that she accepts everything so beautifully. And in her own personality, in her own way, she just gives a little spark to it as well, which I love. Now, from one streamer at least to another, like how do you balance being present for your community while also protecting your own energy,
Mm.
especially after working on something as iconic with such a huge fan base like Final Fantasy VII Remake?
Um, it was very hard at first, I'll say. When I first started streaming Remake, this was in 2020. This was right when the world shut
Okay.
down. There were
Yeah.
tens of thousands of people online that had never spent that much time online before. My first Remake stream maybe had 8,000 people.
Wow. Wow.
When my previous stream to that had maybe 100.
Wow. Oh my God. The
So I was
change.
terrified of the reception.
Mhm.
I was terrified that I would start the game and find out they had recast me and I would be embarrassed in front of 8,000 people. I was terrified that the game wouldn't be enjoyable, which, of course, that was quelled very quickly. It's a very enjoyable
Oh yeah.
game, which I'm lucky to be a part of.
Yes.
And I was afraid that I would accidentally, while streaming, because, streaming is a stream of consciousness
Mhm.
art form, and you just kind of like talk.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like
Be
that's just
yourself.
the name of the
Literally.
game. You
Yeah.
just kind of you have to talk, you have to interact with
Exactly.
people, and that's the fun of it, and that's the fun of it for you and them, right?
Yep.
So I was really afraid that I would just kind of blabber something
Hi,
and break
Briana.
an NDA publicly and get fired.
Oh yeah.
So like the level of like stress during streams at that time was incredibly high,
Oh yeah.
but it's gotten easier over time.
Yep.
If anyone who has been a long time
Eu não sou
viewer of
muito
Strange
fã
Rebel
de
Gaming,
Oh yeah.
like we're
streamers.
talking anyone who's been around since like my Life is Strange playthrough or my Last of Us playthrough, they know that sometimes Brianna just disappears. But I just disappear from the internet.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I know consistency is the name of the game as a content creator,
Mhm.
and some people can do consistency, which is 3 times a week nonstop for 10 years.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
I don't have a huge team. I've had editors on and off. I have a community manager that's amazing, but I don't have like a team of 10 employees, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So I would say that sometimes when it all just gets to be too much, I just always protect my mental health.
Oh yeah.
Because I can't go on here and do what I do if I didn't
Ela
take
faz
care of
uma
me
live por
first.
tempo, ela faz live por
And
tempo,
that's not
Depois
enough
cai
so
fora
much
da
as
internet por um
almost
tempo. Ela
YouTube
falou isso aqui.
commenters would certainly say so. Which again, I have gotten plenty of training over the past 10
Para
years of being a
proteger
content creator where I can look
mentalmente.
at that now and be like, that's a you problem, not a me problem.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you.
But yeah, sometimes I just need to like take 6 months where I'm just not on the internet. But that doesn't mean I'm gone from
Exactly.
the earth.
Yeah. No, and that's so and that's respectful because you do need some time for yourself as well. I do 100% agree with you because even me, like I'm not the hugest streamer anybody could ever know. Literally, I'm a small streamer. Even me as a small streamer, I have a 9 to 5. I have to, do things on the side that life changes randomly at random moments that we can't even control. So I couldn't even imagine, people expecting, obviously, because of the iconic, at least in your job and everything you've done and in your role with everything specifically with Final Fantasy VII, people are going to be expecting from you, but that doesn't change the fact that you have to protect yourself, which I totally, totally respect and I love about you, honestly. And
Thank you.
we're
I am
humans.
I am a generally very private person. I
Mhm.
have my things that I am not going to talk about
Yeah,
publicly.
yeah,
And those are boundaries that I've had to set and stick really firmly to, regardless
exactly.
if people ask me questions about it. And the thing is like sometimes when it's like you said, life is unpredictable.
Yeah,
Sometimes I have to disappear from the internet for 6 months, but
yeah,
I'm not the kind of person that's going to post a tweet saying my grandma died. That's not
exactly.
me.
Exactly.
That's not the kind of content I create. That's not the kind of
Exactly.
content I share. I don't share that side of my
O
life,
contrário
right?
dela é o
So it
estúdio
doesn't
dela,
mean that I
então.
don't go through life. It just means you're not seeing it. And so you think, oh, Brianna got $100 of ad rev off of YouTube video and disappeared with her millions, you know? And they'll comment on YouTube saying something like that. And I'm like,
Yeah.
again, not your business.
Yeah,
Your problem, not
people
mine.
people are always going to say things. They don't know you personally, and I've
Yeah.
seen that. It's something that I feel also, being a woman in a gaming community, in being a content creator in general, is something we have to, I guess, train ourselves with, to be
Yes.
able to understand, to not react, because it is hard. It is hard.
Is. And I mean, people, it's different too when people will come up
Hmm.
to me at conventions
Oh yeah.
and ask me to break NDA. Some of them know exactly what they're doing and they'll
Mhm.
ask a leading question like, I bet you're working hard on part 3, huh?
Oh my
Huh?
god.
Huh?
Yeah.
And I have to keep a completely straight face and I say,
You're
I'm
like,
not allowed to talk about things like that.
mm-hmm.
I just, keep an eye out for official Square Enix news.
Exactly. Exactly.
And but that's come with practice.
Yes, and you have to do it as beautifully as possible. They have to deal with it.
Yeah. Most people when they come up and ask about whatever's coming up next, trailer drop or whatever,
Yeah,
they're just asking because they're excited, and I'm not going
exactly.
to hold that against them. I go, look, I'm excited too. I'm excited for news too. I also hope there's a trailer coming up soon. I don't know, but here's hoping, right? But
Exactly.
and I've said that for since Rebirth dropped.
Yeah.
Every convention I've been at, someone asked me about that. But again, it's like the people who are well-meaning, I can tell. And the people who are genuinely trying to gotcha me,
Yep.
I can tell too.
Yep. Yep. There
Ai,
you go, guys.
Briana.
She knows, okay? Don't even try. And even talking about in general, because there's a lot of people that they do have a misconception when they try to speak to somebody that obviously is so very well known. Like, what's one misconception people have in general about voice acting that you can at least give as an example?
I think it's really common to fall into the misconception that voice acting is voices
Yeah.
rather than acting.
Yeah.
Um, and I think that's easy for voice actors to fall into that trap too. I think even some voice acting coaches will tell you when you get an animation audition, look at the character and, create a character and what does that character sound like? How does that character hold themselves? But that's creating the voice first.
Yeah.
I tend to feel better about my work when I come from like a script analysis point of view and figure out things like what is this character trying to get at in this scene?
Hmm.
Who is this character at their core? And how does that inform the way that they interact with this other character? So I think an acting background is way more important than being able to mimic when it comes to voice acting. You know,
Namek?
if
Dragon
you
Ball, meu filho.
follow like prolific working voice
Ah,
actors like Jennifer English,
Mhm.
if you listen to her work, she sounds like herself.
Oh yeah.
She's not putting on
Olha só,
major
comparamos
character
com a
voices.
Jennifer
Do they
English que
have
fez
more affects and specialties to make that character unique?
o
Absolutely. But for the most part, it's
33,
not
Expedition.
a mimicry sort of thing. She's not trying to do if Porky Pig was in Elder Scrolls, you know?
Yeah.
Like, so I do think you know, people have that misconception
Oh
that
yeah.
oh, I can do silly voices and then I can be a voice actor. That's not really how it works.
Yeah.
If you can do silly voices, you can be a voice actor, but you also have to be an actor.
Exactly. And it also has to do with understanding, not, just how you're saying that it would have to be directly with, having an acting, at least background. You have to understand the character. You have to feel those emotions that are happening at that moment so it can fit. So that's something that I completely understand because I bet a lot of people do have a lot of misconceptions just thinking just how you said that. They just, oh, I'm just going to go in this mic and go
I
ahead
mean,
with some
that's what
voices.
one of my very first agents asked me when I told her back in, I don't know, 2014,
Mhm.
2015. Hey, you know, I can voice act. Like I took voice acting classes in college. Can we start submitting me for voice acting? And she goes, "Oh, what silly voices can you do?"
Oh my God.
My agent said that. And then I
Wow.
said, "Well, that's not really what I was taught." And she said, "Everyone wants to be a voice actor."
Oh my God.
And she never referred me to the voice acting department.
Wow.
I mean, the misconceptions are everywhere. It's
Yeah.
not just
Yeah.
people, it's everyone.
Exactly. And you're so I bet honestly you were just trying to be honest with him like this is just something I want to do. And that also falls under something that we were talking about earlier that it's 100% falling into, you wanting to do what you want to do. You're doing what you want and you're going to do what you love. Yeah, and you're going to do it like it or not. If the other people don't like it, they're going to have to deal with it. You're still doing what you got to do, which I love
And what's
that.
wild is, you know, I told her, "Hey, I want to get into voice acting. Can you
Mhm.
start submitting me for auditions?" She said no, never got another voice acting audition until Final Fantasy VII Remake. But that casting director found me through my theatrical work on IMDb.
Wow.
I didn't have a voiceover agent. I didn't have a voiceover demo. But
Wow.
she found me and she said, "Let's audition her." And she took a chance on me, which I will never not be grateful
Yeah.
for.
Yeah.
But I then was able to prove I can do what I said I could do. And that falls along the lines of if it's meant for you, it will find you.
Ex- exactly. See? And it's the dream that you also manifested, okay? That was manifested and given to you. It's amazing. It's
It
amazing. I
seems
love
like it. I mean, I do have a sense of spirituality
Oh
and
yeah.
like I'm a little bit woo-woo. To be
Então, a
honest, like
diretora
the
do
fact that I
jogo,
have loved video games my whole
da,
life,
do
loved
casting
acting
de
my whole
atores,
life, never even realized that video
caçou
game
ela, hein?
voice acting was a thing,
Oh yeah.
became a streamer where I played video games, and then I was able to act in a video game, then stream it at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, it just like how did that come together so
It,
perfectly?
it fits so perfectly and you're doing again what you love. You're
I
doing
just
what you
do what
love.
I love. I
Yeah.
just follow what I love and I just do that.
Yeah.
Like it seems so hard when it's yourself
Oh yeah.
personally, but it's really that simple.
That exactly. And you're doing amazing with it. It's just
Thank
perfectly beautiful
you.
and you're doing a great job. And okay, I am going to ask something.
Okay.
Okay, I'm about to
I'm
ask the
preparing myself.
question. Yes. This is the question that might start a fandom war, okay? And you are fully allowed to plead the fifth.
Okay.
But
Noted.
who? Okay, okay. Let me breathe. All right, so to from one girly to another. But who do you think Aerith would choose, in your opinion, from one girl to another? Is Aerith a Zach girly or a Cloud girly?
I get this question a lot. I've answered this question a lot, and my answers are always a little different, you
Okay.
know. Um from the one hand, a lot of people will ask me who I think Aerith belongs with, and I would say whatever you think is right is true.
Hmm.
It's an RPG.
Exactly.
There's a reason why, you know, it's left a little vague. it's not necessarily vague, but it's left up to player choice.
Exactly.
The dates are optional,
Mm-hmm.
right? They're optional content. So, I do think that there is a little element of whatever you think is right is right. I'll start with that caveat.
Yes.
But you asked me what me personally thinks. Yeah. And I also think that's a little tricky. I'm gonna dance around it
Yes.
here too
Yes.
because look, I'm not afraid of a shipping war,
Mhm.
and I've come out publicly saying I actually love all of it. I love all the ships.
Oh yeah.
If I see fan art of X and Y, yes. If I see fan art of A and B, yes. If I see B and C, yes. I love it all because I just I love passion. I love art, and
Yeah.
anybody who takes these characters and puts them in their own brain and like cooks them in their own brain and then like shares that with the world, I
Mhm.
think that's beautiful.
Yes.
I love fan art. I love like fan fiction. I love all of that stuff. And I'm not picky. If that-
Yes.
so that's like me personally.
Mhm.
But a lot of people think that's a cop out answer.
Yeah.
So the next thing I'll say is that honestly, I think that there's no question that Aerith and Zach had a relationship in Crisis Core. There's no question that they care for each other very deeply, and that they shape one another,
Yep.
truly. Now, when it comes to FF7, you have the base game and then you have the remake, which are similar but slightly different. They have their own nuances, right?
Exactly.
And in remake, you have an Aerith that had someone that she really cared for that just disappeared off the face of the earth.
Mhm.
She has no idea what's happened to him.
Oh yeah.
Of course, she's allowed to love again.
I agree.
You know,
I
like
agree.
there's no reason why she shouldn't have a deep connection with Cloud as well. And I think it's true that she does, but that, of course, people will debate, is that friendship? Is it love?
Yeah.
Sometimes those lines are a little blurry in real life.
Mhm.
That's realism.
Mhm.
That's good story writing.
Exactly.
I think she does feel a deep connection to both of them, but they're
Mhm.
just in different times in her life.
Exactly.
That's also human. That's also
Oh yeah.
beautiful.
Oh yeah.
So I can say both, and I don't think that's a cop out.
Você nem fala,
Is
galera,
that
porque
okay?
tá
It
emocionado.
is. You said that perfectly.
Thank
Okay. And it's the fact that yeah. Hey. Okay. I'm gonna say something. This is Final Fantasy. Okay. The Final Fantasy men. Final Fantasy men. Okay. They're fine. They're beautiful.
Listen, everybody in Final Fantasy is fine. That's the law.
Literally.
That's the law of Final Fantasy, okay? Like, let's get real.
If we were in her shoes, I would be like, oh. So I get
Yeah.
it. I get it.
Britt and I
Okay.
always joke when we get asked that question, like, oh, who does Cloud belong with? It's like, no, Tifa and Aerith, okay? Like, we're always joking about
All
that. Like, forget Cloud, forget his boys, these
Forget
girls
the
are
boys.
fine,
Yes.
you know?
I love it.
And I literally, I mean it when I say, like, I love it all. Like, I love it all. If you take these characters and you love them so much that they become a part of your heart and soul and you share whatever version of that is with the world,
Oh yeah.
love it.
Mm-hmm.
Bring it on. More, please.
Yes.
I love it.
Beautiful. And it's the fact that all of them, they all have a connection intertwined with each other. So that's what I love so much about specifically. At least in the game in general, the fact that all of them have at least a connection intertwined, and they could all, if you look at it in a general way, they could all fall into each other in some way.
And I know some people who say, I believe in there's a thruple situation, there's a poly situation. I'm like, that's fine. I love that for you. The thing is, the only thing that really bothers me about shipping wars is when people make it mean
Yep,
and when people try to ascertain what is canon.
exactly.
Because I do believe that art is interpretation. I went to art school.
Yeah,
Like I was taught that art is interpretation. Art is what it means to you. There is no objective version of art, and video games are art. Stories are art. You are allowed to interpret it however you want. There is no one true definition, especially when it comes to video games, because how many people do you think touched that game creatively?
Isso, do Final
It's
Fantasy.
not just one person.
exactly.
It's not just two people. It's not just the director and the creative director, the head writer.
Oh yeah.
It's
Ela fez um
everybody
ótimo
who
papel.
edited it.
Oh yeah.
Even the way that those
Aqui não é minha
cutscenes
atriz
are
favorita, né?
interpreted sometimes. how long a gaze lingers or how much, an eye closes,
Oh yeah.
a breath that the voice actor puts on in the booth,
Hmm.
those things are part of what gets interpreted. And when 100 people come to the table and touch a scene, there's no there's no canon. Sorry.
Yep.
So just like don't argue with people about that and make it mean. A fun debate,
Yeah.
yes, love that.
Oh,
Let's have
beautiful.
that. But let's not get mean to other people. That's my thing.
Exactly. No, you said that perfectly, and I feel like you completely shut everybody up with everything because it fits. It
I
fits.
don't.
It
I
fits.
really don't. There are people who out there who hate me and hate everything I have to
Oh
say and every
no.
version of my opinion, and that's fine.
Yeah.
I accept that.
The thing is, it's the fact that the way you expressed it is just perfect. You know what I mean? Because in my opinion, I feel like you gave different options on how you see and how you portray everything, which is perfect. People need to understand that that's your
Parece
opinion
uma
and
gente
that's how
boa.
everything is going to be set for this interview.
Não
So
vou mostrar ela para
take
essa
it.
gente fina.
Don't be mad at me. Take it. Please. I don't want anybody to be mad at me ever. I'm just a little girl.
She's a sweetheart, okay?
De acordo com você,
Look at
hein?
her. She's so cute. Look at her. But honestly, no. Honestly, thank you so much for even answering. I can imagine 100% how, people, specifically fans that do get very serious about those type of subjects can get, but it's the fact that you stay with grace and you say it so gracefully. So that's what I love. So thank you so much for explaining that and also giving us our direct opinion because I love it. I love it. I'm literally agreeing with you 100% on that. But honestly, before we say goodbye, if you could go back and tell your younger self before having such an amazing career and
Essa
stepping into a
pergunta
role like
faz
Gainsborough,
muito nas
if you
entrevistas aqui
can
no
say one thing
Univision.
about where this journey has taken you, what would you say?
Oh gosh.
Cara, pegou ela. O que ela diria para ela mais jovem?
Wouldn't change anything. So I don't think that I would go back to my past self and warn myself about anything
Mhm.
because I had some really hard times. I guess I would just say trust.
Yeah.
Because there were a lot of times where I did not trust myself. I did not trust my team. I did not trust the people of the internet.
Yeah.
But at every point, really, it's come out beautiful.
Yeah, exactly.
At every single point, I've been so afraid that it's going to be a disaster. It's ended up okay. And I think if I had just known to trust that process, everything would have turned out the same. I just would have been less stressed about it.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. You would have been more chill. You would have been like, "Hey, things are going to go flow. Don't worry. Don't freak out
Ai,
so much."
senhor amado.
Anxiety gets the best of us. 100%, which
Truly.
yeah, I understand.
And a lot of the things I was freaking out over, I couldn't control. They were out of my hands, things like, is the game going to be good?
Mhm.
I'm just a voice actor,
Yeah.
Are people going to like it?
E gamer
Some
também,
people,
mulher.
I don't know, but I would, ruminate on these things and really stress out. Am I any good at this? And will I ever work again? Things like that, come into my mind. I'm only human,
Mhm.
but if I could go back to my younger self and just remind myself, hey, trust, it's all going to turn out.
Yep.
It's going to be okay. You know, don't stop working hard.
Nope.
Don't stop trying to make the world a better place, but trust in the things that you can't control. They're going to be fine. And
Mhm.
then you can spend less energy worrying and more energy on the things that are in your control that might make the world a better place, that kind of thing.
Yep. And it's the fact that, just going with the flow is also something like you were mentioning. It's the fact that even if anxiety is there, even if you were to tell yourself, okay, everything's going to work out, I feel like everything just fits flowingly with what you wanted and how you went and portrayed to get what you wanted. You know what I mean? So it's honestly so beautiful to see how amazing career you did. Amazing currently where you are right now. It's amazing.
It's even so funny that you keep saying that. My
Yes.
imposter syndrome is coming to get me when you say that thing. Because
It's
you go, you've had an
beautiful.
amazing career. I go, I've had one role. What do you mean career?
You are doing amazing. You are doing
I'm
amazing.
still a little baby voice actor with one role under my belt. What do you mean career? But I mean, this is a career-making role.
yeah.
I understand that. I do.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, imposter syndrome, it's there for everyone.
Yeah.
It's just saying, "Hey, I hear you." Also, like, let's move on.
Literally. Which is your favorite Final Fantasy animal in the game? Like, for example, we were talking about chocobos,
Mhm.
moogles, or the many cute, unique animals the game shows.
That's really tough.
De todos dela é o favorito dos
The
animais do
chocobos are
jogo.
great, but you know, I do have a problem with Pico. The Moogles are great, but they're a little mischievous.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Are we talking just Final Fantasy VII or like all of Final
And
Fantasy?
all in general. If you have a favorite.
But see, I'm blanking on the rest of them now. Okay,
It could
can I-
even be the ones you prefer. Honestly, the ones you remember that you know that really made a difference to you. That you're like, you know what? I love these little guys.
so I play Final Fantasy 14.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I don't have as much time as I used to, but I used
Okay.
to put some hours into Final Fantasy 14.
Okay.
And I love those little derpy mossy creatures.
Oh yes.
The goobos, gobos.
Goobos. I think they're goobos. I think I'm pronouncing them. Like,
And they just have these wide grins and they're like they look like they might be drooling a little bit.
my
They just look like little dum-dums.
Nada que ver.
But they're like big little
Ela
dum-dums.
fala que o personagem, os bichinhos
You know, and
do
I just like
Final
to
Fantasy
fly around
14
on them.
Gubus
It's so cute.
são os
I don't
favoritos
know if they're
dela. E
exactly
ela
like
não
a
tá no
repeating
14.
Final Fantasy character, but I feel like they are.
Yeah.
Are they repeating a creature?
I've seen, at least to what I remember. I haven't played all of them, but I have seen them more than once. So
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm gonna go with Goobos.
yes, the goobos. I believe they're called goob. That's how you pronounce it. I don't know if
It's spelled Goobue.
Yep.
So I don't know if it's Goobu? Goobu?
The goobos.
I don't know.
They're adorable. They're cute. That's the point, that they're cute. Yes.
And they're just covered in moss and little sprouts, and it's just lovely.
It's really whimsy too, which I really
Yeah.
like.
That's exactly right. It's whimsy.
And like, at least we were talking about this as if Aerith had a pet, but if Aerith did have a pet, besides obviously her love for flowers, everything that has to do with garden, what animal would she have that you think that would fit her?
Gato.
That's an interesting question. Because you're not asking what kind of animal she would be if she were an animal. What pet would she have?
Yep.
Cachorro ou gato? O que você acha que teria?
It fits mostly because I also wanted to know that specifically because I'm a huge animal lover. I also rescue kitties, so that's just a big
Olha,
thing.
resgata
I was like, you know
animais.
what? If Aerith would have a pet, which one would she have?
That's really tough because I feel like some of the other
Muito
characters
difícil
are a lot easier.
Responder essa
Yeah.
pergunta.
Like I feel like Tifa would absolutely have a cat.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Barrett would super have a dog.
Oh yes.
But I think Aerith would have something that is a little unusual.
Oh yeah.
That maybe
Insetos.
other people like don't understand,
Mm-hmm.
but she thinks is like the cutest thing on earth. So I'm gonna go with. And this is gonna maybe feel like left field, but I think Aerith would have a pet rat.
See, but
Rato?
it feels like I feel she would love it because she loves all creatures. You know what I
She
mean? So
does.
it
And
fits.
I feel
Ai,
like
meu
she would
filho.
feel like she understands it and it
Mhm.
would love its little paws and would let it crawl on her shoulder and would take good care of it, but also
Teria
like,
rato de
it's a little
mascota, Aerith.
unusual, but she loves it.
Oh yeah.
And the thing about me saying that is even I hate it saying it because I don't like pet rats. But I know people who have pet rats that
Oh, yeah.
love them and they're
Yeah.
great pets. They're very
They're
smart.
very smart.
And you know, they're relatively clean, you know, if you
Oh,
keep
yeah.
their enclosure clean.
Yeah.
But for some reason, like I don't like their tiny little scrabbly paws. Like I don't want to feel them crawling on me. I would hate that personally. I'm a dog person. I have two
Yeah.
dogs. I'm a certified dog mom. I do not want a pet
Dogma.
rat, but a few like Eris were
That was
Toma,
not
showing up.
me.
cachorrona, então.
Funny thing, because my husband is legitimate the
Ai,
same. Because I'm a person. I love all animals because my mom's a vet. So
Oh,
she,
okay.
I was grown up to seeing all different types of animals. My husband, he loves all animals except for rats.
Yeah.
He's like, and it's mostly he could deal with them. He could see them. It's just that the little paws. He says the exact same thing. So he's gonna see this. He's gonna be like, see, someone understands me.
Yeah. I get it. I get it mentally. Just physically they repulse me. You know?
Thank you.
Sorry.
That's okay. No, that's fine.
You know what? That's like
No.
biological training. Like we've been trained to hate rats.
Yeah.
Because you gave us the bubonic plague, and ever since then it
Yeah.
was like down with rats, you
Oh,
know?
yeah.
No, but I do see Aerith having other animals
Oh
too.
yeah.
Like I do see her as like she has a lot of animals.
Yeah.
But I don't think she owns any of them. I
Mhm.
think they're all wild and
Yeah.
they're all her buddies. Just like the flowers, right? So like
Exactly.
I feel like she has a bunny, like maybe just like a family of bunnies that lives near her house.
Yes.
I feel like she has like a favorite pet snail.
Oh my god, I love that.
Definitely, absolutely has a tortoise.
Oh yeah.
Aerith loves to feed her tortoise strawberries. Have you seen those videos on the internet?
Yes, I have.
A tortoise eating a strawberry? Actually, there's nothing cuter. So
I love them. I love them. And it's the fact that
I
they're
feel like
like,
Aerith would be about all of that.
it fits
Uma
her
mulher me
because
fez
again,
chorar. Ô.
she is such an empathetic character
Morri.
too with
Traduzir quase nada aqui.
literally not just the living creatures, even spiritually. So
Yeah.
that also has a lot to do with it, which I love. And as someone who also creates content, what has been the most meaningful part of connecting with your audience outside of your voice acting work?
I would say that I was very surprised when I started as a content creator that 99% of the comments I would get were very nice. And I always had this fear that the bigger my numbers got, the less that would happen. Hasn't happened. Like, I still, 99% of the comments I receive and interactions I get from people on the internet
Mhm.
who are engaging with my content, they're nice comments
Exactly.
because they're nice people.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's probably been the best
Oh.
part about being
99% das
a
pessoas
streamer
que
and content
comentam
creator. I
a
do
ela
feel
são
that some of
pessoas
my
que,
castmates who are not as
gostando do
interested in
trabalho
me, they'll
dela,
go to
são
cons
pessoas muito
and they'll be like,
boas.
wow, like
Então,
everyone is so nice.
tem
and so this
1%
actually just happened to Cody. Cody
é
went to his
inseto.
first con as like a big cloud appearance.
Para não dizer outra
And
palavra.
met
Né?
people like
Yeah, yeah.
and he said, I just cannot believe like how genuine these people are. Like they're so nice.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. Like 99.9% of the people that we interact with are very nice. And it's honestly like being a part of that online has restored my faith in humanity.
Mhm.
Truly, because it's so hard when everyone in the world is a stranger.
Yeah.
But the internet makes you feel connected to people
Mhm.
through shared interests.
Oh yeah.
And so that parasocial relationship that can be so problematic
Yep.
can also, connect people and unite people and build community, right? And so, the Strange Rebel gaming community, we have a Discord that is just filled with the best people who we all have shared interests, of course, and we play games together. But also,
Amazing.
like when someone posts that they're having a hard day, everyone chips in and says, hey, maybe you can go for a walk and listen to music. Like, we're here for you.
Mhm.
Send me a message if you need any help.
Yeah.
Like, it's just the best of people.
Yeah.
And I think that's my favorite part about being a streamer and content creator
Mhm.
through this acting journey is acting is very isolated
Que
and you
bonita.
don't get a lot of opportunities in just
Ajuda
straight
as pessoas,
acting
ela.
to interact with people who love what we do.
Mhm.
But as a streamer, you get a lot more opportunities to see that. And
Yes.
so it's very wholesome.
Yes.
And I never expected that.
Nunca pensei
And it's the fact that it's
que ela fosse assim.
you noticing as well the community because there
Que ajuda a
there is something
comunidade.
just so beautiful when you start also in streaming in general. You get to meet so many people from around the world that connect with you. And you might not see this person on a daily basis, but it's the fact that, these people that look at you, they admire you and see you as this like, wow, this person gave the life to this character that I loved, and it's a beautiful aspect of meeting so many people in a community in general. And I get that 100%. It's just something really, really nice. I feel like streaming in general would never take away. Like in anything else, is the fact of meeting so many other people. I've met personally so many other people just by streaming, and if I wouldn't have streamed, I would have never known these people existed. And it's just that beautiful aspect of meeting so many people, seeing their personalities, what's going on in their life. I know people from all the way from India that have told me that it's 11 p.m. for me, and it's like literally the start of the morning for them, and they're having a great day. I'm like, wow, the differences of how small the world is, but at the same time how big it is. You know what I mean? And it's beautiful. It's a really beautiful thing to experience. And honestly, I feel in general, we as streamers, it's like a beautiful community, but it's also the aspect of just a connection with humans. And it's beautiful. I feel like streaming is something that even though it started very recent beyond the years, it's something that's why it's such a big thing. We get to meet so many people, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. And I'm happy to be a part of this. I'm happy to be a part of this with you, honestly.
Me too. It is
Yeah,
it is human connection is one of the most powerful forces, but it is hard to forge these days.
exactly. Exactly. And it's like I said earlier, it even though you don't know this person personally, it's the fact that they take the time to, just be there a time of their day. It's not everybody has the time, and there's people that go and just want to be there to cheer you on and watch you play this game. It's a beautiful feeling. It really, really is. And now, at least the last question that I have, and this is actually something a little bit fun because I know that in the game, there's a lot of mini games in Final Fantasy. There's a lot of them, which I've been obsessed with almost literally all. But which mini game in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth would Aerith dominate at?
Well, we already know she dominates at Queen's Blood.
Yes.
She's very good at that. Um, but of the other mini games, I think she I think she's a secret sharpshooter.
Mm-hmm.
That that like carnival gun game
Yes.
in Twisted All Soul,
Yes.
I think she is secretly really good at
Yes.
that. I think in all her years, in her childhood, she had to like create a bunch of games, like kind of like darts,
Oh yeah.
like I think she spent a lot of time playing games like that. So I think she would crush that
Oh
game.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it's the fact that she's also, you would expect her because she's so wholesome. People see her as this wholesome character, but I could see it because you
Oh
could see there's also like that double side of her that she's like, yeah, I'm better than you. Okay, in this
yeah.
game,
Very
I'm better than
playful.
you. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
she's super playful, and I love that.
Also,
And
like if
it
you think
fits.
about it, she slings magic, right?
Yes,
Like
exactly,
in theory, I don't know how magic works, but like you have to aim, you know?
exactly.
So like
And it would
that
fit. Imagine with her with the
track.
magic.
Yeah.
It fits perfectly. And honestly,
Adesso
I
ti
feel like
divertirono un'intervista.
because like I just said, there's a lot of different games in Final Fantasy VII. A lot of mini games, but it also fits like in general for her because the game gives you the interpretation of which one you are good at. You know what I mean? So you're playing the game, and it's basically, but specifically as the character, what you explain is perfect, 100%. And I feel like, but the top tier is gonna be Queen's Blood.
Yeah.
It's 100% because you could see how playful she is when
Mhm.
she's there. You could see that it actually, all of her personality shines from that game, and I really love it. I love it.
Mhm.
It's one of my favorite parts actually. From all of the mini games, it's Queen's Blood, one of my favorites. And when we went to Los Angeles for the Final Fantasy remake orchestra, it was actually very, very, really amazing part that they actually put the Queen's Blood music and they played it live there.
Oh,
And I was
so
like,
cool.
oh my God. It was
Yeah.
beautiful. It was lovely. I
Immediately I'm leaning
Yeah.
forward, locked in.
Cioè, me
Oh
lo
yeah.
sogno là
Because
un
we
giro
we were
Would.
like gonna
The Game
cry because we were like, oh
Awards
my God, this
o
is so
Summer Game
beautiful because it
Fest,
was
un giro.
live. They were with the orchestra there. It was such a beautiful experience. So yeah, we loved it. I might even send you the video because I made a whole
I
video about it
conservatori sono
so you could see
artisti.
how that looked because it was such a beautiful experience.
Oh, I
It was
love
the
it.
first time I went there. Oh yeah, definitely. I could send it over. It got a whole bunch of numbers on TikTok. So it was a lot of people were like, "Wait, this was the premiere? It was in Los Angeles." I'm like, "Yes, it was amazing. We had a lot of fun, and we went all the way from Puerto Rico to Los Angeles, so it was worth it. It was a lot of hours of flight, but it was worth it."
Oh, I love to hear that.
Yeah.
Good.
And before we go, Brianna, I wanted to show you a gift. I got my husband, who is a huge Final Fantasy nerd, okay?
Okay.
And it's
Hmm.
like our prized possession because look, I want to show you. A low poly Aerith and a flyer chocobo.
Oh, so cute in her little Wall Market dress.
Yes.
I love. Okay, so is this based on original FF7 design?
Original.
I love.
Yep.
Oh.
And it's
And
the
I love
fact that
Chocobo. At least it's not Pico. We
yes.
can be friends with that Chocobo as long as it's not Pico.
This
I'm gonna
is
fight with Pico.
oh my husband.
So
Honestly, my husband agrees with you 100%
A
on
direita
that
falou
because
que ela
yes,
deu pro
I
marido
know,
dela
trust me.
cute.
de presente.
I'm not alone. There are now 2 Pico haters in the world.
Well, honestly, Brianna, thank you so much, for being so true and being, so amazing and sweet here. At least, being your true
Isso que eu ia
self and just
falar.
telling us everything, on your perspective with voice acting, even streaming, and also with such an
É
iconic role.
bem
That
doce
wraps up our
e gente
post
fina.
showcase interview. Guys, I'm Pink Fairy Blossom. Don't forget you can find me on Instagram, Blue Sky, X, and TikTok with the same name. Thank you so much, Brianna, for letting me interview you with this huge, huge opportunity. It's been such a great, great opportunity just to meet you and to go deeper into your work.
Thank you so much. It's been lovely chatting. I love talking about these things, especially with someone who just gets it like you do. It made it easy, it made it fun, so I appreciate you so much.
Of course, of course.
If anyone wants to find my social media anywhere, I post most of my like acting and VA stuff on @it's Brianna White, and that would be on every platform under the sun. You know the usuals: Instagram, Blue Sky, Threads, TikTok, Facebook. There's got to be one more. There's probably one more. I don't know. Lemonade.
Lemonade.
Oh, yeah. Someone keeps trying to tell me to do it.
Nunca ouvi
I
falar
don't
da
know what
plataforma
you want.
Limonada.
What's a passkey? And also, I post all of my streaming content at The Strange Rebel. So all of my Crisis Core clips and reactions are all on Instagram, Facebook, Blue Sky, Threads, X, Into the Abyss. As a content creator, it's exhausting. I'll just say it. My YouTube channel is Strange Rebel Gaming. So that's where you're gonna find all my playthroughs of things. And be warned, I've been doing this for over 10 years. So some of those things are a little dated. There's a different version of me out there in the past time of Strange Rebel Gaming. Life is Strange, God of War, The Last of Us, all of my Let's Plays of those are on there.
Nice.
Come out.
Nice, nice. Well, guys, see you later and have a very, very good rest of the time zones, depending where you are in the world. Bye, guys.
Uau, galera. Ótima entrevista. Gostei, galera, dessa entrevista aqui maravilhosa. As duas. E fiquei surpreso. Muito obrigado por me acompanhar. Nos vemos amanhã. Amanhã não, daqui a pouco. Com mais aqui no canal. Mais um evento. Não sei qual é agora, vai ser. Nos vemos daqui a pouquinho. Fui!
300 em interromper transmissão. Modo live, 0h51 live, pro iniciar, interromper, com